Annalisa Murgia. I currently work at the University of Leeds in the UK, but I coordinated the European project named Garcia, which is the acronym of Gender in the Academic Research, Combating Career Instabilities and Asymmetries, and which is a project funded by the 7th Framework Program of the European Commission, which ended at the end of January 2017. I've coordinated together with another colleague, Barbara Apoyo, from the University of Trento. Well, I would say that Italy is one of the countries with a very strong, let's say, tradition in terms of including women in the labor market and also in university research. But then, I mean, the point is that, as we all know, I mean, the fact that there is a legal obligation doesn't necessarily mean that it is translated in the reality. So I would say that we have several programs and several legal acts in Italy that are trying to push the increase of women in labor market, and especially in the field of higher education, science and technology, but the results are still really poor in a sense. Yes, and this is related to what I was saying before, in the sense that we have legal obligation, we have programs, but what we lack is, well, first the resources, because I mean, we need an investment in the long term to improve the situation of women in higher education. So first of all, money. All that is all the main results that we have achieved in Italy are related to European funding. So what we succeeded in several universities around the country are funded by the European Commission, which is really important. But this also means that when the fund finishes, then it's really difficult to work in a sustainability term. And but I would also add that the point is not just to have a bigger investment of money, which is absolutely crucial and necessary, but it's also a cultural fact. The point is that Italy still have a quite patriarchal culture, and this means that women are not evaluated in the same extent that men are. So what we really need is to work, of course, on the structural level and to push to have more investment on this issue, but also to work since the very beginning, I would say, of the education, starting from the primary school, even at the kindergarten, breaking down stereotypes about gender, because I mean, if in the mind of people, when they think about scientists, they immediately think about a male full professor with white hair, white, heterosexual, and I mean all the characteristics of what we conceive as a standard. Well, we will never be able to change the situation even with a great investment of money. So we need to start with culture. It's really hard to think about the future at the moment. I would say that the change is not only related to the increase of the rate of women in management position and in leadership position. The point is also where we are going, also in political terms. So I think that it will be crucial to have a political engagement in changing the balance of women and men in higher education, but I would say in general in the society. I mean, if we still keep thinking that women are in charge of houseworks and caring activities and that are not activities that need to be shared by women and men to the same extent, it would be difficult to change something. I really think that the change in this field is really connected with the political engagement, because I'm saying this because in the last years we are facing a sort of coming back of really old stereotypes about gender. In big countries at the moment, there are leaders who are not really a good practice in terms of gender equality. And when the leader of a country, is not pushing for a change, so it's difficult to ask to the other people to be engaged in such a change. So it would be important to have a political sustain.